Indra replied, "My dear mother, because I was grossly blinded by selfish interest, I lost sight of religion. When I understood that you were observing a great vow and spiritual life, I wanted to find some fault in you. When I found such a fault, I entered your womb and cut the embryo to pieces." Purport. When Diti, Indra's aunt, explained to Indra without reservations what she had wanted to do, Indra explained to his intentions to her. Thus both of them, instead of being enemies, freely spoke the truth. This is the qualification that results from contact with Vishnu. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, Yashasti Bhaktir Bhagavatya Kinchana Sarver Gunes Tatra Samasate Suraha. If one develops a devotional attitude and becomes purified by worshipping the Supreme Lord, all the good qualities are certainly manifested in his body because of being touched by the worship of Vishnu. Because of being touched by the worship of Vishnu, both Diti and Indra were purified. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraha Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Upesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are seeing this wonderful section where the conversation between Diti and Indra is actually happening, and also before that the conversation between the Maruts and the Indra is also happening. So it is a well-known fact. तो इंग्लिश में ठीक है कि और हिंदी क्या करना चाहिए? मिक्स ठीक है. So this is क्या? Everybody knows Hindi? Anybody doesn't know Hindi? English, you there is ठीक है, we will try to mix a little bit and as much as possible. So no, हम देख सकते हैं इधर की इंद्र और द मरुत्स उनका बीच में जो चर्चा हुआ था वो, और इंद्र और दिति उनका बीच में भी जो चर्चा हुआ उसके बारे में इधर दिया है. So we see that there is a constant enmity between the devas and the asuras. This is it's basically a family problem. So in the in the courts nowadays we see that all brothers, they put cases against each other on property. So here also some property cases going on, like whom does the heavenly planets belong to. So and there is this like both of them, they have this one. So now one thing which I have kind of heard and kind of analyzed is, it is not the place that matters. Now we see that Swargo Pavarga Narakeshva Apitulyartha Darshana. So even if a devotee is put in the hellish condition, so he can make the hell into the Vaikunta if he practices devotional service. But if devotional service is not there, even heaven can actually become hell. So now now this is my speculation, a little bit of speculation, that the heavenly planets are quite opulent, because the demigods are quite dharmic in nature, and always the demons, they want the heavenly planets. Ye acha jaga hai, like, so that has been given to them. So we need to occupy that. But even if they occupy with the demoniac tendencies, heaven also can become hell. So it is always a constant, this one is there, constant struggle is there. And also it is mentioned in both in Bhagavad Gita and in Bhagavatam that there is a constant fight or constant competition that is there for the different modes of nature to take charge of. So like sometimes the mode of ignorance takes control, and then mode of passion and goodness becomes silent, and then sometimes the other modes come into precedence and things like that. So based on the influence of time, so various people are instilled as in the power at various times. So when the time is favoring a particular party, so they become quite powerful and prominent in that particular time. So in fact, I remember whenever this topic comes, I always remember that when Bali Maharaj was attacked Bali Maharaj and Vamana Dev ka pastime that happened, and when Bali Maharaj was arrested with the ropes of Varuna, so that time all the followers, all the demoniac followers, all of them will try to attack the Vishnu's followers, and they will be killed. So that time Bali will say, see, like, when our time was ripe, we could conquer all the planetary systems. And now this is not our time. Just don't exert your energy so much. You will unnecessarily be killed. It is not your time, so keep quiet. So in this way, we see that at various times, various powers actually come into place. And sometimes the demoniac people, so they come into power, and sometimes the Indra becomes powerful, and then he rules. And so here there is one thing that happens is, like Diti, she approaches her husband and asks for a benediction, asks for a son who can actually kill the devas. So then the husband is quite intelligent. He actually gives a process, this is you see that he was pleased with the wife, and then he wanted to give some benediction, but then the benediction that was asked for was such a disastrous benediction. So then immediately he thought that he bought some time, and he actually asked her to perform tapasya, a devotional service, an act of devotional service. So at the end of the act of devotional service, so this is what is the transformation of heart that actually happens. So here we see that Diti performs spotlessly whatever is being told by this section. I have not gone through again. So I'm just speaking from memory. If there is some mistakes, please forgive me and correct me later. So that she goes through all that austerity very, very diligently. And then the result of austerity is her heart has become purified. So this is also what Kashyapa wanted, that the ill intention is there, so let that be purified by the process of executing devotional service. So now when the devotional service is performed, so when she is performing this, Indra is also in tension, because this is a child specifically wanting who will be born to kill Indra. So he wanted to finish any threat that is there to his position, and he is seeing that if there is any mistake that is going to happen in this whole execution, so if there is a flaw, then through that it can be countered, so something can be done, antidote can be done. So he saw a flaw in the execution, and at that time he entered into the womb of Mother Diti, and then he sees one embryo which is very amazing, and then he takes his sword and he starts cutting that embryo. So, and after he cut the embryo, 7 into 7, right, or So when he cuts and they become 49, and then they all started praying to Indra, that you see, like, we are all this one Maruts, like we are your what is that, followers. That is there. It is mentioned. Sorry. So they all prayed to Indra. So they all prayed to Indra saying that, we are all your brothers. Why are you so inimical? So and then, so they like, O King Indra, O King, being very much aggrieved, they pleaded to Indra with folded hands saying, dear Indra, we are all Maruts, your brothers, and why are you trying to kill us? So when they appealed in this way, like, Indra also understood, and he desisted from further harming them and things like that, and he told, if that is the case, you have no fear from me. And so this is what Indra is actually mentioning. And then Shukadeva Goswami is adding a very nice note here. So, my dear King Parikshit, you were burnt by Brahmastra of Ashwatthama, but when Lord Krishna entered the womb of your mother, you were saved. Similarly, although the one embryo was cut into 49 pieces by thunderbolt of Indra, they were all saved by the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the amazing mercy of the Supreme Lord. Now we see that when Parikshit, he was there in the womb of his mother, this thing happened that Ashwatthama, he threw a Brahmastra to finish a last traces of the descendants of the Pandava dynasty. And so that time, it is the very nice occasion that I remember that pastime for many reasons. Like one of the reasons is that how one should exclusively take shelter of Krishna. Like we see that our Uttara, she was trying to come and approach Krishna. So at that time, like all the Pandavas, they were there, and all the Pandavas, like that too just now. So they all had put up a very amazing battle, and then they won over the Kauravas and things like that. But still, the devotee always takes shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that was a very amazing this one, so which I always cherish, that even though we may have so much of promises and so much of good support system in this world, so we should always take shelter of Krishna only. And then so there in that case, like 2 times the Brahmastra was thrown by Ashwatthama. So one time Krishna suggests Arjuna to like how to retract it, and second time Krishna himself actually gets involved. So sometimes most of the times, like Krishna will give us a process for us to purify ourselves and for us to make advancement and things like that. And sometimes Krishna may personally get involved and then get the things done. So here in this case of Parikshit Maharaj, he was literally burnt by the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama. So but then by the grace of the Lord, he again he was saved, and he was given a new life to take birth, and then he became the instrument for Srimad Bhagavatam to be spoken. So this was a very nice this one. And for Parikshit Maharaj, notice his name itself has come from that. So he is because after he was born, so he was examining that whether this is the same person who has saved me, whom I had darshan of in my womb. So and so this is very, very dear pastime for Parikshit Maharaj. Very amazing interaction for Parikshit Maharaj. So in the same way, like in the morning also we had in the class discussion this particular point, that how to put faith in Krishna or how to have trust in Krishna. So if we have transactions done with Krishna, so then we will have faith and trust in Krishna. So just like many times when we ask for donations from people, So they tell that, okay, you give account number, I will put 1 rupee and you confirm, if that money has come, so then I will transfer the rest of the money. So in the same way, we see that if we have experience of Krishna, so then we can put trust in Krishna. So the transaction that, here Parikshit Maharaj had a very wonderful transaction that, Krishna personally saved, Parikshit Maharaj. So that was a very, very wonderful transaction. And so we also can have transaction. We can start to have some transaction with Krishna. So one thing, we were emphasizing in the morning class as well that if we can pray to Krishna that I am completely bereft of any assets. So my only asset is Krishna, but I don't possess him. And the way to possess or way to actually access Krishna is by the way of Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. And the first and foremost and the expected, or at least our spiritual master while giving initiation, he gives us this instruction that chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles and avoid committing the offenses. So you engage in the bhajan, don't commit offense and don't engage in sense gratification. So this is the instruction that we get. And and also one of the instruction is like to attentively chant the names of the Lord. So that is a tangible experience that we can actually have of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we pray to the Lord for this experience, and if Lord is pleased with our service and if he reciprocates with an audible hearing of the holy name, so then that actually makes us very, very a nice transaction with the Lord actually happens. And if the transaction is successful, then we would like to make more transactions with the Lord and then we will develop nice trust and things like that with the Lord. So here also we see that Parikshit Maharaj was given a nice comparison or nice analogy of what has happened there. So Indra literally used his thunderbolt, and there are different kinds of weapons are there, and this thunderbolt is a weapon which is very, very powerful and which has very little antidotes which are present in this world. So here Indra uses his most powerful weapon and then he cuts this embryo into pieces, but still they survive. Now how did they survive? So then Shukadeva Goswami is telling, just like you survived. So in the same way these people also survived, and for Supreme Personality of Godhead nothing is impossible. Anything and everything is possible for him. So he saved these Maruts and from the wrath of Indra. So in that way, it's a very, very amazing and very personal, very touching comparison that actually is given by Shukadeva Goswami. And then he makes a very nice statement. If one worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original person, even once, he receives the benefit of being promoted to the spiritual world and possessing the same bodily features as Lord Vishnu. So Diti worshipped Lord Vishnu for almost 1 year, adhering to a great vow. Because of such strength in spiritual life, the 49 Maruts were born. How then is it wonderful that the Maruts, although born from the womb of Diti, became equal to the demigods by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So we see the power of devotional service. So if one worships the Supreme Lord, even once, he receives the benefit of being promoted to the spiritual world and possessing the same bodily features as Lord Vishnu. So this is the power of executing devotional service in a non-offensive, pure way. So then it has such a kind of very, very powerful effect. So but if we know that the devotional service or the bhakti is performed in many, many different ways. So one way of performing bhakti is to activate or give life to the process of karma, jnana and yoga. So because karma, jnana and yoga will not stand without the element of bhakti. And so another way of performing bhakti is to perform bhakti to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is two different or major categories we can actually say. So perform bhakti for attaining something else, or perform bhakti as an auxiliary principle, not as a primary principle, and then perform bhakti as a primary principle, and then exclusively perform only bhakti. So that is also there. So here Diti, her goal was to attain material facility only. No, because to kill Indra, why to kill Indra? Because they are a competition, they are a threat, no, to her own sons. So no, she wanted to finish off any threat for their material enjoyment. No, that's the basic this one. And so when Diti wanted to do this, it is a material, material facility that is being asked for. And for material facilities, so the standard process recommended for material facilities is karma. No? And the standard process recommended for liberation is jnana, and standard process recommended for making spiritual advancement is bhakti. But then bhakti has a very amazing thing. No, akama sarva kamao moksha kama udaradi thivrena bhakti yogena ijayatu purusham param. So bhakti can produce the result of karma, jnana and yoga as a side benefit only. It can produce that kind of a result. So bhakti has that kind of a capacity. So now Diti wanted a material thing, and she was given a process of bhakti. No, so this is actually a work kind of a transcendental cheating. Ideally, it should be given. Karma yoga process has to be given. So, but she was given a process which is filled with devotional service, and so through that, what happened? Her heart has started becoming transformed, and so here it is mentioned, even once if somebody performs Tivra Bhakti or pure Bhakti and without any offenses, and when such kind of a Bhakti is performed, so then it actually produces such an effect that one is promoted to the spiritual world, benefit as being, he receives benefit of being promoted to the spiritual world and possessing the same bodily features as Vishnu. It's literally speaking, Sarupya, Mukti, that is there. And Diti worshipped the Lord Vishnu for almost 1 year, adhering to great vow. Somebody may say no, we are practicing bhakti throughout our life. So no, it is a big question whether we are practicing bhakti or not. So that is, bhakti means, it is the process of execution of bhakti is engagement in the bhajan, and with the goal of attaining the Lord, and then not that if I engage in bhakti, I'll get a better package, or I'll get material improvement and things like that. So exclusively for the purpose of attaining the Lord, and then having without committing offenses and giving up sense gratification. So these are all some things that we discussed little before also. So, and also applying the process of surrender properly, all the aspects of surrender properly. So when that is performed, so then it actually brings the effect of devotional service, and also the time that is spent in executing the angas of bhakti. That is also an important category. So how much time that we are actually spending in the execution of bhakti. So all these things have to be taken into account. So when such kind of an intense bhakti is performed, even for a small time, so a bhakti, it is all-time bhakti, if it is practiced, even for a full-time bhakti, practiced even for a small time. so then it is very, very powerful actually. And so then, now here what to speak of Diti, she worshipped Lord Vishnu for almost 1 year, and she adhered great vows. And so one thing, many times we criticize Indra and maybe the heavenly residents as being, every time they keep making mistakes and things like that. But we should also understand they have great deal of sense control. And it is not easy for them to get to the heavenly planets. If they decide to worship Vishnu with adhering to great vows and things like that, they can. So, but we find it difficult to chant the rounds attentively. So, but if they desire to do that, so they have already they have performed a lot of dharmic activities, and they have won over lust, anger, greed to a great extent, and then they have much more higher capabilities than fellow beings here in this material world or here in this Bhuloka. So they have much greater capacity. We can see that Diti, she performing a vow of worshipping Vishnu for 1 year, and such great vow that the Lord is reciprocating with such personality. So in we see that Aditi also performed a vow, like she performed such a vow that Supreme Lord himself, Vamanadev, he became the son of Aditi. And so this is the power of these personalities. Even though they are Diti is mother of all the demons and things like that and all, but still they have such powerful capacities. So it is not about, so here it comes, one more important question arises. If they have better capacity, then they should be better devotees. They should be able to execute Krishna consciousness nicely. Sometimes it can also be attributed to for want of association of pure devotees. That is this one. And another thing is, most important thing is the desire of the living entity. So one may have the capacity to execute, but the desire to not have any material possessions and only wanting the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. It's a very, very rare desire. It is not that easy to get such kind of a desire that I want exclusively Krishna and I don't want anything else. So for devotees who have been reading Bhagavatam, so for them these kind of things would be, and every day reciting Sikshashtakam, Nadanam, Najanam and things like that. Maybe it is usual. But if you tell this outside to people, then they will go crazy. And no material benefits. I don't know about moksha and I don't know about other benefits and things like that. But this material facilities at least I want. And even sometimes I ask devotees that how do you appreciate these prayers? So Nadanam, Najanam, and then the prayers Nana Kaprishtam, Nacha Parameshtam, and things like that and all. So you see, he's telling that I don't want heavenly position, I don't want the position of Brahma, and I don't want the freedom from repeated birth and death and things like that. So how do you appreciate this? It is like pure devotional prayer, it is very nice. So then I gave a little different translation to that. So I don't want hike, maybe if my job is taken off, it is okay, and things like that. Will you offer a prayer like this? And then no, this is very khatanak prayer. So because heavenly planets and all is quite far off and we don't have any reach to it. So giving up that is quite easy. But what I have right now to give up is very difficult. So sometimes this is the pure devotional service is actually means I only want Krishna and I don't want anything else. Such kind of an execution of devotional service is quite powerful, this one. And here Diti, since she performed such strong spiritual activities, she got blessed with nice devotees as her sons. And then she also had a change of heart. So this is something very important. We were talking about this principle of capacity is one thing and second thing is desire. So even though I may have a capacity our Hiranyakashipu got the appreciation saying that nobody could perform such kind of a tapasya. Nobody has ever performed and nobody can ever in the future also will be able to perform such kind of a tapasya. So but unfortunately he didn't have the desire to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. So even though he was quite powerful and quite capable, so he could not get the benediction of being the devotee of the Lord. So now here also we see the heavenly planets, they are more capable. So we should not doubt about their capability, but it's only the case of they don't have that exclusive desire of surrendering unto the Supreme Lord. So then if that is the case, then how are we in any way eligible to practice Krishna consciousness? It's all glorious to Srila Prabhupada. So because he has come and he has given this desire, the unalloyed desire to render service to the Supreme Lord, and if this desire is infected to the people, so then that's the glory. Otherwise none of us could have with any permutation and combination produced this kind of a desire to exclusively take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So that actually is the benediction that we have received from Srila Prabhupada and his pure followers, that we need to exclusively take shelter of the Supreme Lord. And if we have this desire, and if we are not capable of performing devotional service, so but still it is okay. Krishna is all capable. So he can equip anybody with any capacity. He can help. He can actually help a living entity come back to him So, but the most important thing is the desire to attain the Supreme Lord. So, this is something very, very essential. And here we see the practice of Krishna consciousness, especially the practice of Krishna consciousness, literally like Diti was doing full-time devotional service with great intensity. That kind of a devotional service has the capacity to change the heart, very, very powerfully. Right, so here it is, Srila Prabhupada writes, when Diti, Indra's aunt, explained to Indra without any reservation that she wanted to kill Indra basically, and that's how she was trying to beget this child, and then she was expecting one child. She prayed for one child and she was expecting one child. So now this is also a very important thing, that in the Vedic system, like it was quite a predictable thing. In a king's family, a great Kshatriya will take birth, and in a Brahmana's family, like great Brahmana will take birth. This is the way of system, and we all know that that story of Jamadagni and that exchange of the oblations and things like that. So basically, like so Jamadagni was a nice sage, and then he got Parashuram as the son, so like because of some mishap in the previous generation. So then after that, like when Jamadagni's head was cut off, and so that time Parashuram got angry, and then he went and he killed Kartaviri Arjuna, and he came back, and and then he also brought his father back to life. The moment father comes back to his consciousness, he asks, like, what had happened? And then Parashuram is like, this Kartaviri Arjuna is killed and things like that. And the father is very, very unhappy. He's telling that you are a Brahmana. You have to tolerate. So how can you go and take revenge? This is not like, this is not this one. So like, how can such a kind of a person take birth in my family? So like, he's not having any Brahminical, means he's not exhibiting Brahminical qualities. So it was a puzzle actually. So now we see that, so this was quite predictable. And so nowadays it is happening like garbage in, garbage out, like, what kind of consciousness the husband and wife has before conception, we don't know, and then what comes out is also we don't know. So it is like completely random. So like, but then we see in the Vedic system, like this was quite predictable. So like she performed an austerity aiming at one son who is very powerful, who can kill Indra, and that's what is supposed to happen. And there is no other outputs possible. And she is like quite amazed. Now how is it possible that I prayed for something and I executed an austerity for something, but then something else happened? So then Indra explains that there was a fault in your execution of austerity, and then I took advantage of that fault and I entered in the womb and I tried to kill. So but then like it didn't happen. So because all these are devotees of the Lord, and then they were born. And now Mother Diti is having a transformation of heart, and so here we see that due to the execution of devotional service, she became truthful. She like expressed herself, saying that I wanted to kill kill you, and that's the project that I was in. But then I was expecting something, and how did it change? And Indra also is speaking the truth, right? So this is a very, very amazing, this one. So this qualification that results, thus both of them, instead of being enemies, freely spoke truth. This is the qualification that results from contact with Vishnu. So as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Yashasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvair Gunas Tatra Samasate Sura. So like all the good qualities actually manifest in the body of a devotee, and all the good qualities of devatas actually manifest in the devotee. And here what to speak of, we getting the qualities of devatas, here the devata themselves are there, like, so both of them are in the heavenly planets. They obviously have a lot of good qualities, and when the bhakti is performed, it actually activates all these things very nicely. So if one develops a devotional attitude and thus becomes purified by worshipping the Supreme Lord, all the good qualities are certainly manifested in the body, because of being touched by the worship of Vishnu. Because of being touched by the worship of Vishnu, both Diti and Indra were purified. So now we also see in our condition, if we do our chanting nicely and if we study our scriptures and if we engage all the time that we have properly in devotional service and not performing any adharma and except for devotional service, other time also like we engage only in the dharmic activities, so then we can expect the purification of heart. And it is all conditional. So the day when we, or the time when we actually engage in the devotional service, so that time we can expect to be in the purified state. So but the moment we engage in the activities which are contrary to devotional service, so then again contamination actually enters. So we are a conditional this one. So if we, till the time we engage in Krishna Bhakti, so we are in a purified state. Till the time we are able to remember the Lord, we are able to engage in the practical devotional service of the Lord, so we can remain in the purified state. So but when we don't engage in the activities of devotional service, then naturally it is like we are turning our face away from Krishna, so then the material illusion has to catch up on us. So, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhakar, yahan Krishna taha nahi Maya adhikar. So in that way, like all these qualities can be attained, one who is a devotee of the Lord. And for us especially, it is not, devotional service is not a time-bound project. It is an eternal project, So it has to be continuously executed and moment to moment business. Every moment, it is like if that moment has to be auspicious, so we have to be engaged in Krishna's service. We have to be engaged in devotional service. So that is how we can become always auspicious and always possess all these good qualities. And many times devotees also have shared this particular realization that whenever they have chanted their rounds very nicely, so that day they are little bit free from anger and stuffs like that and all. So it is because of having a good exposure of Krishna consciousness. And if the exposure of Krishna consciousness is not there, then naturally we have the naturally we have the bad qualities actually surfacing up. So sometimes devotees also puzzled ki yesterday though I was very good devotee and today how I am getting this kind of thoughts. So it is because the not being sufficiently exposed to devotional service or committing of offenses or being exposed to material things. These are all the various reasons why we get that kind of a this one. And Yashasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarver Gunes Tatra Samasate Sura. So this is something which Srila Prabhupada also, he liked this thing very nicely. And the second part of it says, Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadgunan Manorete Nasati Davato Bahihi. So this is sometimes quite many times devotees ask the question on this ki we see many nice people in the material world. And in fact, I also had very good experience, or very comparative kind of an experience, which I asked also to my superiors in the beginning days. So when I first came across the shloka, so I had a very nice project manager in my company, and he was very, very kind, and he used to painstakingly teach everybody and not very selfish. But he is not a devotee, and he would do all kind of having non-veg or all other bad habits are also there. So I asked and at the same time I had a little different experience of devotees at that time. So then I asked my superiors that, see I am not able to relate with this shloka. So you say that all good qualities are there with devotees, and then there is no good qualities are there in the non-devotees. So that Prabhuji actually told me that, you see, a devotee means he is trying to be a devotee. Devotee means, the word devotee is a very big thing. So devotee means a person who is completely purified his heart. For him, all these good qualities will actually manifest. And in the materialists, so we may see some good qualities that are very nice. So but then what is the basis or what is the foundation of these good qualities, and how long those good qualities will last? So the foundation of the good qualities, it is born out of three modes of nature. And the three modes of nature is Karanam Guna Sangosya, you come in contact with another mode, all these good qualities will vanish and some other qualities will manifest, right? So in that way, the foundation of those good qualities are not very strong. So but then the good qualities that a devotee actually gets after a prolonged practice of Krishna consciousness, that is all born of devotional service. And those good qualities are permanent in nature. And it is talked about such kind of a good qualities. So, and then he also explained an example of the patients in the hospital, that he told that in the hospital, if you go, there will be so many patients, and but then you don't criticize them because they have already got themselves admitted and they are under the treatment. So that is why we don't criticize them. At least they are going through a bona fide treatment. So in this way, we may find an opposite of this shloka in the practical this one. So, but we should see that. It is the devotees eventually get all the good qualities when they make sufficient advancement, and then the non-devotees, even though they have good qualities, the basis of the good qualities, it is born of three modes of nature, and it can change anytime. It doesn't have a solid foundation. It cannot have a lasting effect actually on this. So with this, I pause today's discussion. Any questions, comments? Sridhar Bhu, if you want to correct anything, can. So.
The example of the other senior devotee answering the question, the last one, Karma Guna Sangasya. Kind of realize that the good quality in a karmi is Karma Guna Sangasya. But because it also is not situated in Vishnu, it's temporary. Same thing with the devotee, because he is situated with Vishnu, even though he has karma guna sangasya, the bad qualities are
Yeah.
It's not good for both, but at least devotee is fixed on Vishnu.
Yeah.
So permanence is there.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else like to? Indra came to know? No, it is, I don't know, maybe WhatsApp message you would have got that. So, it is an open thing, So, all the time they have this kind of a tucker. And Indra would have got to know by some way, she's performing some austerity. Somebody is performing any austerity, there will be immediately a question. So what is the austerity for? And what is the outcome of this austerity and things like that? Yeah. But anybody performs austerity, some unusual austerity is happening in the enemy camp. So maybe some inquiry would have happened, I don't know. So they'll come to know. So that is also there. Devatas also have the capacity of Sarvagya to some extent. Messengers. They have a powerful messaging system than us. Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna. So this, Prabhu is sharing a point that there may be many good support system that we may have, like our property, assets and possessions and things like that. So but we should always take shelter of the Supreme Lord, not just depend on our own support system. So we should take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So, Krishna. Yeah. So in Parikshit case, the Lord personally entered into the womb of mother and he protected. And in this case, we don't see the Lord entering. But then we see that the definition of Lord is the Lord, wherever there is bhajan is happening, the bhajan is non-different from the Supreme Lord. The holy name is non-different from the Supreme Lord. The remembrance of the Lord is non-different from the Supreme Lord. So, literally speaking, Mother Diti, no, she is permeated with Krishna consciousness. So Krishna is there, no, all over there. So that's considered to be the cause of this whole transformation that is actually happening. So Krishna's personal presence is there over there. Look that. Yes, please.
One point I wanted to
Hmm.
same concept as mentioned when I was compiling this Ramayana also. He explains that the whole thing is even though Diti wanted for son to kill Indra, and even though Indra was so afraid of his position to be killed, he cheats Diti by becoming her faithful. She becomes like a servant.
Mm-hmm.
And always helping her. But then he cheats. And when he finds a place, he cheats.
Hmm.
Diti also, although she worshipped Lord Vishnu, her intention was, and finally also she's bewildered, she's asking, how come I wanted a son to kill you, but how come I got 49 of them who are your men? So, Nammalvar very nicely says, in a series of 11 poems, and he concludes, தீர்ந்த அடியார் தம்மை திருத்தி பணிகொள்ள வல்ல ஆழ்ந்த நெறியான் அச்சுதன் தன்னை. The meaning of it is contaminated devotees of Vishnu. The Lord is capable of engaging those people and correcting them and get some service out of them. And that is Achyuta. Achyuta is like that, even though the devotee. So that was very encouraging for me. That I may do some mistakes, but he is going to give me then and there corrections. And we should look for that. It may happen, even in the sleep, even in the dreams. We should always consider why I got something. At least I am afraid when I go for a sleep and I wake up. The horrifying scenario. At least I wonder, what did I do during the day that could have. Often I find there is something fault. That although I chanted, although I did, but there is something that I can easily recognize. And be a little more careful. Especially with the interaction with the devotees. You can please be very careful not to speak or do something that can. But Lord is there to correct then and there. But that requires it's not possible for us to recognize all the time. We see, as you were saying, within our Krishna conscious society, you yourself mentioned your example, that you saw good qualities in your marriage, and it was only needy, there was not a but you did notice something, and you were not able to understand, and you humbly asked. You senior devotees, that surrendering to senior devotees, being in shelter of some. So I felt in the night I should now somehow became some tuning down.
Yeah, it's a long distance. Hare Krishna.
Right on time.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes. Okay. Anything else devotees would like to ask or share or something like that? Okay. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna.